so much. I'm happy to be there with all of you.
You guys want to say hi to Rosie?
Hi. Hello, Rosia. Hello, everyone. How are you doing?
Hi, how are you?
Great.
You can also watch this program live right now on Facebook. It's on live. So if you want to, you can also watch it live. And it's also been recorded for your enjoyment at Facebook. The first thing we want to deal with this evening, in fact, throughout this evening, we will be talking about some powerful tips. We used to call it powerful keys. We'll be looking at some powerful tips this evening that's going to make great impact in your life. Hallelujah. Yep. Number one, you will never be rich. You will never be rich. Well, let me remove that word riches, because people say they are rich because they have Jesus. They are rich because they are married. They are rich because they have children. They are rich because they have education. So let's remove that word. So let's use a different word. You will never be wealthy until you decide what will make you happy. Please write that down. You will never be wealthy until you decide what will make you happy. Show me where there is a strong passion for making money and building wealth, and I will show you happiness. I will show you a happy person, because wherever you see happiness, you will see passion, energy. Please make sure you write that down as a powerful tip of his own. Wherever you see happiness, you will see passion and energy. Samantha, make sure you're writing, and Vicky and Mary. Yeah. Show me happiness, and I will show you passion and energy. So Vicky and Mary, remind me of this particular, or Samantha, which whoever among three of you, well, please remind me of this particular powerful tip when we are done with this, because we are going to deal with some tips today. So when we are done with one, we stop, then we go to another one. I don't know how far we can go before I'm told to stop. So let's look at the tip number one. Somebody should read the tip number one to me that I've just mentioned. Let me make sure everyone are following.
You will never be wealthy until you decide what will make you happy.
Until you decide what will make you happy, you will never be wealthy. Wealth. Write that down as another powerful tip, another power tip. Wealth follows happiness, and happiness follows wealth. So how is happiness, a passion for the building of wealth. How is energy the same thing? First of all, you are going to decide and say, number one, you're going to make a list of the things that you think in this earth long before you leave this earth. You start right now. If I don't have this, I'll never be a happy person. If I don't have that, I don't think I will ever be happy. For example, I love iPads. They have been the source of my productivity and creativity is iPads. That's why when somebody buy me like those big iPads or big tablets like Samsung, those big Samsung tablets, or like the one I'm using to broadcast on Facebook, is a 12-inch iPad. It's an older one now. If somebody buy me those big tablets or big iPads, that's my world. I sleep with it because I can wake up at any time and start reading. My most important investment books that I read or I listen to are on it. Because they are not free. I buy them. In fact, I don't even buy them from Amazon. I buy them from a different company altogether, who are also the makers of the iPad that I'm using. So it's sync and it's very clear. The audio quality, the video quality, the crispness of the book itself when I read it. Especially when I am in the air, when I'm flying, whether with United Airlines or with Delta or with Southwest. I enjoy reading from my iPad or from my tablets. If you look at what I read these days, I read mostly what I wasn't taught. They taught me everything. They did not teach me anything about how to build wealth. They didn't teach me how to build wealth with God and how to build wealth with humans. When I say build wealth with God and build wealth with humans, I'm not talking about going to worship God. I'm talking of money, physical money. I'm talking of houses. I'm talking of hotels. Those are the things that are exciting to me. They make me so excited that sometimes it's like I'm about to burst. So it's not about that you are rich because of the family you come from. You are rich because you are a Christian. You are rich because you have a certificate, licensure, or degree. No. I'm talking about money and material resources. Now that you are a Christian, you're born again. Now that you are spirit-filled. Now that you have the saints around you, both on earth and in heaven. Now that you have angels around you. Now that the Holy Spirit is your partner in life, what are you willing to do with that, with all of that events? It is to create wealth, great wealth. Because if you do not have wealth, you will not have life. Your life will be hell on the earth. So you have to ask yourself, for example, let me give you an example. What do we call it? Thanksgiving is still far ahead this November. But you see, I'm already celebrating Thanksgiving. You can see it here. Excuse me, let me turn this away. I'm already celebrating it. I'm already ahead of it. See, I went shopping for a nice Thanksgiving candle. You can see it here. I'm touching it right here. I mean, when it's too strong pumpkin scent, I don't like it that much. So this is a combination of pumpkin and something else. I don't know what it is. But it smells so wonderful. It makes me happy. Makes me focus. There's only one person that buys me the best incense that produces in me happiness and focus, and that's Lizzie. I'm not saying that you should not buy me incense, nice incense. Just make sure that it is not the incense that they use to invoke demons, because those are different. They are incense for bringing out devils, and they are candles for bringing out devils. Just know the difference. That's why I always say to people, check it out with me, please. They are essential oils that they use to call up dead people. And the essential oil that are just ordinary essential oil, and the essential oil that are for health. So you must know the differences in all this. Wealth will never be given to you. And you yourself will not be able to create wealth until you are driven by happiness. The quest for happiness should be primary. And I've told you, I'm going to teach you the difference between joy and happiness. Happiness is the guarantee that it is well with your soul. Joy is the guarantee that it is well with you as a spirit being. Two differences. But joy is bigger than happiness. Because with joy, you don't really need to have money. You don't really need to have what you want in life for you to have joy. Joy overrules. Like, if there are things that I want to achieve in life and it ends up in failure, or some other person grabbed that thing before others were able to put up an offer for me, and I really feel sad about it, joy automatically rises out of my spirit and overrules. With that, I don't feel depressed or stressed like I used to. When something does not work out my way, I feel bad. I'm so stressed, I'm frustrated. And that is where joy rises up. Remember, the joy of the Lord is my strength. Joy is a power thing. It overrules the mind realm and the physical realm. That's why if I'm going through a tough time, or any of my partners going through a tough time, I will start practicing joy. I will start singing and dancing for no reason. There's nothing that has happened. Something bad has happened. Instead of me sitting down somewhere and sulk and be depressed and frustrated and complaining, I start beating the drum. I start dancing. You know, I light up a candle for Jesus, the light of the world, light up an incense to remind me that I am beautiful, that my life rises up like an incense before God. And whatever thing I do and say, God accepts it. I smell good, like the best incense, especially I like rose or jasmine. God sees me as wonderful, precious. Tells me that I'm of value. so that I know when to take myself serious and when not to, when to relax and let things be. You have to decide whether a particular scent of a candle awakens your sense of creativity, or a particular incense, particular kind of cell phone or mobile cell phone make you think of value. What is it that add value to your life, make you really belong to a class you've created for yourself? It goes as far as, what kind of luggage do you want to be traveling with when you are traveling? How do you want to appear before people? How do you want to look like? Do you want to grow a beard? Or do you want to have, a boy boom appearance like myself? You want to be an everlasting boy. So you have to decide what makes you be you. The question is, what do you want? What is it that is going to make you happy? For example, strong liquor, my body doesn't even like it. But what about wine, white or red? Fine. What kind of food do you like? What kind of bed do you want to sleep on? What kind of pillows? What kind of bed coverings? How do you want your bedroom to look like? English style? Italian medieval style or Renaissance? Modern? How do you want to smell? What kind of shoe brings you out? Do you enjoy? What kind of wear? How do you want to present yourself 24/7? Are you driven by happiness? Because energy will be equals to the happiness that you are willing to have. The energy that drives you, your passion, that's what I mean by energy, can be either or. I know people who have professional passion, but they don't have the energy, or professional energy, but they do not have the passion. I know people like that. You have to decide, what do you want? And it must be what will make you happy. What you want must be what will make you happy. For example, if you want to own 20 homes, 20 rental property, are you wanting it because it's going to make you happy? Or are you wanting it because you just need money? Do you want to become an engineer of any kind, a medical doctor, a priest, a psychologist, a cosmetologist, a dentist, a nurse practitioner? A doctor's assistant, a pilot? Why are you doing those things? Is it just for you to belong to a club? Or are you doing it to earn money to create wealth? So if you are just looking for money to pay bills, what we call survival money, well, you are not my type. You don't belong to my class. You do not belong to my class. Because my style and my class is for those who want high class life, high styles. They want to look more beautiful forever. They don't want no big balls on their eyes, no drooping chin, big gauly lines on their forehead. I mean, look at me, and you can tell I don't have none of those things, because I know what to do. What do you want? Is it what is going to make you happy? If it is what is going to make you happy, because you have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 100, 1,000 rental property, it's going to make you happy, then the energy will arise for the passion to get those things. And then when you have it and you are making money from it, the happiness begins to grow. Even by just having it, long before you begin to rent them out, the happiness begins to grow of its own. Why? Because you have a future. Or if you are studying for a practical licensure or degree that will lead to board exams and board certified, etc. Or even if it is not, it's just an academic degree, you are willing to employ it for practical purposes. You're willing to do it that way. Some people, they are just happy that they got a degree. But what do they want to do with it? God knows, I don't. They don't make no money with it. Don't squander your opportunity. Everything you are going to do, you must think about, is this thing going to eventually make me happy? Can I use it to create wealth? Because until you decide what will make you happy, you'll never be able to have wealth. You will just be a poor or a middle class, envying, jealous person. The desire to be a more happy person should drive you. Should drive you. Because let me tell you, if you know the kind of money that is in your bank account, you will not trouble yourself. If you know that with this degree that a time will come, that they need people with this degree for so and so thing, and you will apply, and you will be making like over 200,000 a year, and with that 200,000, you will invest 70% of it. And in 5 years, this is what you are going to get out of it. Then that's a good investment. Instead of just wasting money, getting student loan, and then you put the degree in your luggage, not using it. So why did you have it in the first place? Make sure that you decide what will make you happy. What will make you happy is going to decide your wealth. That if you have wealth, financial and material wealth, is going to make you very happy. That's something great. I love that. You can never be wealthy until you are able to see your happiness, what will come out of it. you should be able to see the outcome of what you're about to do. That's going to determine your happiness. Because if you are just doing things for doing its sake, well, God help you. It's not going to work. You should be able to see the relationship you are entering into or you are in. Is it capable of producing lasting happiness for you? We do not marry for joy. I hope you know that. Please write that down. As a party, we do not marry for joy. We marry for happiness. I hope you know that. Ha ha ha. We do not marry for joy. We marry for happiness and peace. We marry for happiness, peace, money, and wealth. That's why we got married. If you get married for anything less than what I've just said, you're wasting your time. And you're going to end up in court upon court. You marry for happiness. You marry for peace. You marry for money. You marry to create wealth. Those are the reasons. Because you can have all the children you want to have. That's not going to create happiness for you. I'm serious. Especially if you were backing on the fact that those children will grow up and come and do what you couldn't do, go to school on your behalf, gain good money and bring you cash return. And that child will turn out to be some completely different. And you lose your mind. Don't wait for any child to come and be what you couldn't be. To come and create a fame that you couldn't have. You better start something now. Until you decide what will constitute your happiness, you'll never be able to create wealth. Wealth will not even come to you. That's just the way it is. And this is where we want to close this one, and then we want to go. Mary, make sure you write down the title of this one, please. Vicky, make sure you do that. Until you decide what will make you happy, you'll never be able to have money. You'll never be able to have wealth. It will not come to you. Because you never make that decision. That where you see happiness, you see wealth. Forget about the fake happiness people are telling you they are happy and they are not. They're just faking it. Or they are in love and they are not, or in marriage and they are in stupid. This is Idika Mary.